welcome to the Carpcraft UK channel. Quest for a scaly carp begins. Now you're joining me today at Welford Pools on the Cotswold Water Park, home to loads of big scaly carp. So let's go and have a walk around and see what we can see. Right, so I've had a good walk around the lake. Didn't really see many signs of fish. In fact, didn't see anything. And as I was doing my return walk back to the car, I've noticed in this bay section here, I don't know if you see a little cove just off the front of the first part of the lake. One or two bubbles are just popping up and a little bit of disturbance in the water. So I thought, if anything, there's a sign. So I'm just going to fish off the barrow. I'm just going to flick just one rod out, just see if we can nick an early bite. Right, I'll show you where I've just flicked the rods to start off with. So just spin you around. This is the front part of the lake. As you can see, it's nice and quiet. There's only one other chap and his missus over here, look. But then right down in this corner over here, look at the sun shining on that spot. It's not very deep there though, so I'm hoping the sun's going to warm that up. And I've just flicked out a little wafter with a PVA stick on the end, a few pellet, nothing major. See if anything comes of it. I brought the rod tips right in, so they're only just over the bank, and then fishing with the bobbins on the deck and a really slack line. I don't want to be cutting off the swim with a tight line, so nice slack line, bobbins on the deck, rod's not too far out. Right, so it's time for the move. We're saying goodbye to peg 1 and we're moving up to peg 4. I didn't fancy sitting in peg 1 for the night, so right, let me just spin you around, I'll show you where we are. Right, so here we are in peg 4. Now through the back down there, that's a channel that divides the lake into two, around about 10 foot wide, and then pretty much centre of the lake, so we've got all that open water as well. Now I'm just going to be fishing a margin tonight. Have a look. Got the rods out already. So I've got an overhanging tree here. So I've got one just sort of tight in this corner, just there, and then on the other rod. Now this, look at that reed line. If you're fishing from the other side, you'd be fishing right up to that, wouldn't you? So I'll flip one down in there. We'll cut handfuls of pellet. Let's see if that develops into anything. It's now the first night. I'll run through in the morning everything that I'm here for and what I want to achieve, but we're losing light very quickly. So I've got some dinner on. We've got the old ridge monkey cooking. I've got chicken fajitas, but we're just gonna have them in some bread rolls. But I've got my bloody plates now, so I'm just gonna do them on my lap, no biggie, and hopefully something kicks off during the night. Right, so it's now morning time. Bit of a quiet night for me, first night. So I had a bit of disturbance throughout the night, cut the pegs up towards the channel. So I packed up this morning and I've moved up. Now I was in peg 3, I thought I was in peg 4, but I was in peg 3. I've now moved up to peg 5, which is the channel swim. So I've got the bivvy, so to sort all this rubbish out, then we'll have a quick update. Let's have a bit of a catch up then. So it's been a bit manic since I've been here. Been doing a sort of block walking round, sort of trying to spot the fish. Coming into the colder months now, so fish are moving around a lot less. Now finally got myself a brew, set up in my my swim, and we'll have a quick run through. So where are we, what are we doing? We're at Welford Pools in the Cotswold Water Park, day ticket venue, and it is home to around about 250 carp. with some really stunning scaly carp in here. Bit of a nemesis lake for me, I suppose. I've blanked every time, but determination. I'm not one to be beaten, so I'm going to continue on and have a go. So I'm here today for 72 hours, and hopefully we'll pull something out. Right, so this is the channel that separates the two parts of the lake. Now, there's no fishing along the actual channel part. A few signs saying no fishing. It's only what, sort of 20 foot wide or so. And then as we get to the back of the channel, you'll see the lake opens up again. I'd probably say it's bigger around the back of the lake actually than it is the front. A few more people have started to turn up now. I'll pan round. And then it goes sort of right down the back of there and up there, so fair old size. Now during the night I did hear quite a few splashes coming out of this channel, so I say you're not allowed to fish it. They don't mind if you place your rig and walk it back. It's a bit of an arse ache with all the trees, but that's fishing. Got to be doing something different. Right guys, not a lot going on at the moment. It's pretty flat calm out here. Not many fish are showing. I don't want to keep recasting because obviously the time of year I don't want to keep chucking out bait, so I'm just going to sit on the rods for a little bit, and that's a part of it I suppose. So a bit peckish. Going to try this, the naked rice katsu curry. Oh, that's like serves a purpose, but not very nice. Morning, welcome to day 3. Yeah, 24 hours left to go. Been here 2 nights, 1 more night to go, so we've got another whole day session and another evening to go. Now, I woke up this morning, heavens have opened. You can probably hear it on the bivvy. Not a lot happened in the night. I had a couple of liners, but nothing sort of developed into a bite. There was a lot more disturbance though, especially up this channel and a few down this margin to my right hand side. A lot of crashing around and a lot of fish making disturbance. So that sort of tweaks me confidence a little bit, knowing that they are moving about, they're in my area. So I'm going to get myself up and ready, and then we're going to have a look at a few tweaks and changes I'm going to make today. Right, so I said I'm going to make a few tweaks and changes today. So today I'm actually going to be using a solid bag. Now let me just get that tied off. Now in my solid bag today I'm going to be using a mixture of pellets. So I've got 4mm micro pellets. Now I'm also going to add in there some chopped boilie, some finely chopped boilie. And then also I'm going to be adding in some crushed tiger nuts. Only a small amount, just to pack out the crevices of each of all the pellets, so I get a nice compact tight bag. What I want to do, I'm only using small bags today, so I want to make sure that my bag sort of packs a punch. So just get this tied off and trim it up. Now I've just made a video actually where I tank tested some PVA bags and how they work in the water and sort of the best bait to use. So head over to the channel to check that out if you can. Now I'm just going to lick and stick these ends just to get a nice compact bag. Okay, right, I'll just trim these end bits up in a minute. But what I'm going to do now, I'm going to just boost the bag. I've got some oils, what we got here today. So we're using the Baitworks Atlantic Heat hot fish. It's cold today. Let's put something a bit spicy in the water. So just going to inject this in all around. Now the benefit of using sort of finely chopped boilie and also that crushed tiger nut is it'll really take on that oil. There we go. So you can see that starting to work its way around the bag, really sucking in that oil. Right, nothing to really report so far. It's been very quiet on the lake. Just had a bit of a walk around and chat with a few of the other chaps. It's been dead for everyone. So rain stopped, obviously, as you can tell. You look behind me now, somewhere up here is the sun, and the clouds are breaking. It's going to be clear skies, so it's going to be a chilly one tonight. A bit quietly because I'm just going past my spot. So chap up in the corner on peg 1, sort of peg 2 maybe, he's changing his methods now. He's going to try a washing line straight across the lake. Chap next to him, peg 3 I think, he's just bombed out for the night, put a bit of pellet out I think. So he's fishing both rods on the spot out in the centre of the lake. Now my rods, I'm in the end of this channel, so got one out in open water. I've backleaded that because I want my line to run sort of as discreetly as possible between my rod and the bait. So backled will pin that line all the way to the lake bed, and my left hand rod is all the way up this margin. So that's where we've been seeing all a bit of disturbance. Right, let's get back in the bivvy and get the kettle on. Okay, so we're coming into the third night now, night 3 of 3. It's been very quiet, really quiet. Not one fish has come out on the whole lake. Now there are some good anglers here, some people that fish this lake a lot, and they've had a lot of success on this lake, and no one's managing to find anything. So it's not just me. Very clear skies, beautiful night tonight. Makes a change from the rain that we had this morning. Rods are out. I've got the one in the mid channel, that's solid bag, just leaving that. I'm not going to touch that. That's going to stay there now until the morning, or if it gets a run. And then we've got the one at the margin. I'm so hopeful for that one up the margin. I've got high hopes for that rod. I've chucked a bit of bait around that, I've done a bit of pellet around that, so a bit of fresh smell in the water, but it's a bit chilly, so we're in bed, keeping warm. Gonna get some dinner on now and wind down a bit. Join me on a very chilly, icy, frosty morning. Got cold last night, got down to -2, so stayed tucked up in bed nice and warm. Rods are still out down here. Last pickings, obviously nothing sort of developed during the night. I had a savage liner on my left hand rod up that margin. Jumped up out of bed, got the boots on, nothing came of it. A couple more liners after that, but nothing developed into a bite, which is really unfortunate. I've had a chat with the other blokes on the lake. Nothing has come out since I've been here. The last 3 days, lake's fishing very tough. So coming into the colder months now, fish are going to turn off a little bit. So my quest continues. I'm not going to be defeated though. I will be back. Stay tuned for part 2. Thanks for watching.